Today we're looking at how to drive engagement by asking questions on social media. This is the Rotary International as part of the Rotary Club. And they have a huge event coming up, which you can see here. They've captured an amazing image of their newest international president. And what they want to do is for members to feel as involved as possible. Therefore, the image is to capture their attention, and then the actual post here is the Rotary Magazine will host a town hall with the brand new international president, Gordon McNally. If you could ask him any question, what would it be? What's the one thing you'd like to learn about him? Let us know in the comments. Your question could be featured in the town hall. So they're not saying it will, they're saying it could be. And what they really want is to create engagement. They want people to be excited about this opportunity, and asking people what they would want to ask is a really good way for, to be honest, any business, any charity, any organization to be able to get people involved, because guess what? People love to feel recognized. They love to feel heard. They love to feel seen. So knowing that any of the questions that they put in here could be displayed at the town hall and have the new international president actually respond back to them is a surefire way to get people engaged. And the great thing as well is look at the amount of comments. We've had 45 comments, 231 engagements, and 53 shares, which means that any of these questions could then be used later on. So if they weren't, for example, shown on the day, then they could be used to create content later on. So it might be that Gordon does like a Q&A on the Facebook page, for example, or it could be that they do a little interview with them where he directly answers some of the questions, but it means that then he can directly engage with the members later down the line, look at extra content for social media, and it's a really good way of just getting people involved in a conversation. Now, if I was these guys, I would want to be monitoring my dashboard and saying what is working well, what isn't across all of my social media. So we go to the Maybe dashboard. One of the first things I'd probably look at for them is actually looking at the mentions or the comments. So here it would capture, if so say they put that on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, they would have multiple channels to try and monitor lots and lots of different comments. So here they'd be able to reply back to people commenting directly on that post and capture it really easily so that they know they'd be able to copy and paste it maybe onto a document so they could see it easily. They can look at all of their content, so they can look at scheduling in further content, and they can look at all the content and how it's performing. They can look at their mentions, so these are people that are actually talking about them. So it might be that people have gone off separately and started talking about them or sharing and engaging. Then they can look at anybody who has engaged with them previously and any of the posts that they've created so that they can go back in and engage with them. And then they can also monitor any ads that they're doing as well. Here, I imagine that would be one of their best posts, but here on the left, it would be their best post across Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram across that week. And then they could look at any other membership organization as well to start comparing and contrasting. And then they could start to look at all their social media stats, etc. But it's just a really good way for them to be able to, at a glance, see how well they're performing, but also very quickly, without having to go between all of the different channels, respond back to people in a timely manner. If you've got any questions at all, click on the little blue button on the dashboard. We'd love to help.